So I wish the title of this video was just clickbait, but in 1 month's time, my Ford Transit had to be towed 3 times while on vacation. So there's a second one, there's the third time. So let's talk about what was going on. So I'm having some electrical issue. This is how it all started. It starts and it runs, but it doesn't really want to drive. It's kind of in like a limp mode. Power steering's not working. It happened to rain before this happened, which might come into play later. I actually don't for sure know what's going on even now after all these trips to the mechanics, but this is how it all started. The first mechanic that it went to, my local dealership actually, they thought it was the 360 cameras. So they replaced my 2 side cameras, hoping that would fix the issue. They didn't see any codes when it was there, which was kind of interesting, but they said the 2 cameras seemed a little faulty, which we all know they kind of are anyway after the updates, but they fixed that, and you can see I drove 3,000 or so miles. I went out to Yellowstone and stuff, still having the same issue. And then even after this issue was cleared up by another mechanic, came back again. Each time there was rain or moisture. I don't know if it's playing a role. I don't know if I have an exposed wire, but they don't really know. So I have all this going on. Some things that people should do to help protect themselves from this situation. I don't know what the problem is, but there was potential for a lot of money to be spent. So one thing you should do, extend your factory warranty. I have the Ford Protect Premium Care Plan. It's about as good as bumper to bumper as you can get. Not quite, but it's close. But those cameras, to do the 360 cameras, that was $3,600 with labor. If I would have had to pay it. It was covered completely by warranty, $0 out of pocket to get those 2 cameras repaired. Otherwise, that would have been $3,600. That would have stung a little bit. That would have been a bad start to the Yellowstone trip. So the other thing people should have, something like CoachNet. They provide towing, technical assistance, wheel and tire repair, windshield repair, stuff like that. So this first tow, it was $1,200. It was a 50-mile tow from my home to the nearest qualified dealer. That's kind of how they do it. So kind of pricey. The Yellowstone tow was also just under $1,200. It was, I asked the driver, it was like around $1,100. It wasn't a far tow, but they have to go a long distance to get to you, which is all part of your tow cost. And then this last tow, it was roughly like $600. This was in Bismarck, North Dakota for this one. So all in all, I didn't pay a single dollar for any of those tows, which is very nice. Now, under the hood, we all know that the rain can come in this channel and it can drip on all this electrical stuff. So those mechanics in Bismarck, North Dakota, they thought that the PCM module with all these wires going in it they found water in it, in the connections. So they think that water is intruding on my connections, and that's what's causing all these warning lights to happen. So they were able to blow it out, add some grease to it, and then the code's cleared. So maybe this is my problem. I'm going to my dealership later in 2 weeks or so. So I bought this thing. It's made by Wolfbox. It's a little air blower. It can be used as an inflator too, but I thought maybe it'd be good to have something that can blow out these little rain channels, make sure there's no debris, make sure it doesn't overflow. So we just had a pretty significant rainstorm. So I just wanted to come out here and check real quick before everything dried up. So just coming out here, lifting the hood up kind of careful to try and control my drips, make sure I don't drip a whole bunch of water on the electrical wires. Now I'm just looking at these connections over here just to see. Wipe up these water drops that are getting in my way. These wires do look slightly damp under flashlight. Almost looks like there's 2 rows of water that might have went over the edge, got on those wires. The PCM, I assume this is the PCM right here that the other mechanics are talking about. It also appears slightly wet on the top. The wires closer to the front don't actually appear like there's any water on them, so it's more like on the rear and the sides. So I was trying to get an idea like how much water is going in here. Right on the end of the flashlight, there's like a bunch of debris that's kind of, you can see where water was flowing like a lot and push that debris there. So I wonder if that's where the water's coming from. And then these wires look completely dry up here in the front, so Doesn't seem like anything is getting on those, at least when I'm parked. So we'll see what the mechanics have to say about this when it goes in. I just wanted to post this video, get it out there, just like so everyone knows, like, hey, maybe you should extend your warranty, maybe you should get tow protection. I would have spent $6,500 on towing and mechanics on this trip. That would have been terrible. So I did get like a little bit of an okay trip out of this. I got to test out new things. I got to test out the new roof layout. So future videos coming up on that. So that's it for this video. Like and subscribe for more content. And thanks for watching.